Hey, warriors. Okay, so what if our DNA wasn't just physical but energetic? Okay, so instead of having two strands, you actually had 24, and most of them are dormant. Okay, so you've probably heard the idea floating around spiritual spaces about the 20. Well, you probably heard it here because it was in my channel's message, um of the 24 strand DNA activation. But what does that actually mean? I guess, is it literal biology? Is it a metaphor? Is it something else entirely? What are people, let me tell you this, what people are claiming, like how it's supposed to work. And I guess let's also talk about where it clashes with current science. Sorry, you guys, my head is so messed up right now. Um, and I really want to start getting your guys' takes on these things because sometimes I just feel like I'm totally alone in this. Okay, so in spiritual and metaphysical communities, the 24 strand DNA is often described like, okay, humans originally had 12 pairs of DNA strands. So 24 altogether. You understand? Right now we have the two that, one goes this way and one goes this way. Okay. They're saying there used to be 24 of those originally. Okay. These strands, they are saying, are tied to higher consciousness, intuition, psychic abilities, consciousness. I think I already said that, but anyway, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sick right now. I'm still trying to do these videos. But they're saying that over time, a lot of people are saying that over time, these strands became inactive or disconnected. Some people think they were hidden. Some people think that they were purposely just, I could go on for days. Anyways, but now people believe that they can be, reactivated through meditation, through energy work, through, I don't know, trauma healing, light codes, frequency and sound. Some even say that activation, leads to heightened awareness, expanded perception, connection to something beyond the physical self. Um, Maybe all of it's true. I mean, I would like to think that I have personally, experienced most of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of you have too. Um, I guess so. The big idea isn't just biology, it's transformation in a lot of different ways, actually. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay, so now I guess where things are getting interesting is because explanations are varying quite a lot. You know what I'm saying? Some people some people describe DNA activation as like an energetic restructuring, right? Like not physical strands changing, but your energy field interacting differently with your body. That's one of them. Another one is the epigenetic shifts, and that is where the last one of the last videos I did. This is where it overlaps, I guess, slightly with real science, because epigenetics does show that, environment, stress, and behavior can influence how genes are expressed. So that's another way that some people are explaining this. But what I just said also, but that's not the same as growing new strands of DNA. So they say, okay? Okay, so other people, say consciousness is unlocking itself in this, I guess, in this version. Like DNA is more like a symbol or like an interface. And I guess the activation is really about awareness expanding. Maybe, I don't know, dude. Like I said, there's a lot of different, ways people think this is happening. The other one is frequency-based activation. Okay, some people are claiming that certain sounds, tones, or like light codes, are triggering dormant potential, I guess. Maybe it's all of them, dude. I don't know. We don't know anything for sure because we don't have a system that really cares anything about spirituality or consciousness for that matter alone in itself. So we don't really have facts about this kind of thing. You know what I mean? We can only go off of our inner knowing or our channeling or what other people are saying or what we're experiencing. But anyways, okay, so biologically, I guess speaking, human DNA is structured, like I said, as the double helix. The 2-strand, I'm sorry, you guys. But there's obviously no verified evidence of 12 hidden pairs of, 24 strands. But, like, again, why would there be any proof? I mean, come on. Or why would there be any evidence? There wouldn't be. Why the hell would they tell us, yeah, we totally did this to you on purpose? I mean, come on. They're not going to say that. Oops, I'm sorry. Anyways, but this is important. Science does support, that your thoughts, like I said in my other video, that your thoughts and environment can influence gene expression. Okay? Your brain, I don't know. What do you guys think? Your brain can rewire itself. We know that. Okay, so like your perception of reality, we know can shift dramatically. So while the literal claim of 24 strands isn't supported, the idea of personal transformation totally is. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying here. But so why are so many people drawn to this? Well, hell, I don't know. Why wouldn't they be drawn to it? You know what I'm saying? We all can basically agree on the fact that we've not gotten all the truth, okay? We all can basically, regardless of what your belief system is, what your culture, it doesn't matter who you are, we can all agree that we've been lied to for the most part, especially about our origin and everything that comes along with it. So, I mean, why, I guess that would be the reason why I would say people are so drawn to this. Not to mention, why wouldn't anybody that's trying to study consciousness and awareness and expand that in them not be drawn to something like this? That, come on, that 24 strand DNA? Look at where we're 2 strands to 24 strands. What does that do? I mean, that takes us from being pretty much, I don't want to say nothing, but come on, you know what I'm saying, to 24 strands. What would we be capable of at 24 strands? That might be the reason why people are drawn to this, I mean, I don't know. But anyways, at its core, this idea is saying you are more than what you've been told. I mean, which a lot of us already have learned that or remembered that, for, you know what I mean, for the most part. But I mean, I don't know. It gives people a sense of, hidden potential. It also gives you a framework for healing. I don't know. It gives you a lot of things. So I guess it doesn't really matter how you see it, or if you see it as, symbolic or literal. The feeling of expansion is real for a lot of people, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. I guess I just want to know what you guys think about this, because do you think that our DNA is activating, or do you think that it's a bunch of bullshit? Or what is your take on what is making this happen? Because I gave you like 5 different reasons people think. I mean, what do you think? Have you ever experienced, something that felt like an activation? Because I know I have. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think, please, because, I mean, for the most part, this, is kind of new to me. I mean, I've heard people say for quite some years that, our DNA was tampered with. I've heard people say they found part of our DNA in lower dimensions. I've heard a lot of things, and I've been rambling for now 13 minutes. I'm really sorry. But please, somebody let me know what you think, because I really want some perspective on this, from somebody else. Maybe you can give me some insight I'm not thinking about. Love you.